illuminating. With that first touch, okay, I'm captivated. Don't need a drink, cause you're intoxicating. But I know I never know you like that. Sweet like honey, but you're not my cocaine. Sweet like honey, but you're so damn plain. Sweet like honey, God, you drive me insane. But I can't stop feeling this way. Sweet like honey, but you're not my cocaine. Sweet like honey, but you're so damn plain. Sweet like honey, God, you drive me insane. But I can't stop feeling this way.
Do you like black people because they're white?
Wait, what? Hello guys, so today I am trying something new. Story time kind of thingy, I don't really know. I'm just gonna try it out because all my friends are like, Chanel, you have crazy ass stories. I don't even know how you're still freaking sane in the brain right now. Like, how are you still alive? And I'm like, you know what? Good question, because I really don't know. And so for many of you who don't know, I'm from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, which is in Canada, and it's a tiny ass province in the middle of butt-frick nowhere, okay? And most people there for fun, since there's nothing to do, there's just flatlands and very cold weather, most people do reckless, dumb things like rob stores, kill people, many more. No, joking. Maybe not joking, but if you're from Saskatoon and you're sane, I am very proud of you. You should get a gold star because you are like, I don't even know. I don't know how you're sane if you live in Saskatoon. I don't know how you live a normal life if you live in Saskatoon because literally everyone around you is crazy. Mentally, physically, everything just crazy. Anyways, let's get right into the video. So today my story time is how my house ended up in $20,000 worth of damage after I threw my first party. And so it was in grade 9 when I threw this party, and in grade 9 you start high school in grade 9, and my main focus was to be the popular cool kid. That was all I wanted to be. At the start of grade 9, I went to my first high school called Centennial with my best friend Julia, and for maybe the first week we hung out, and then I ended up ditching her every day for these popular girls, okay? And I'm sorry, Julia, I feel so bad. But anyways, anywho, I was in some of their classes, and every day I would like hang out with them during class, but I wanted more than that. Like, I wanted to be their best friends, doing stuff with them out of school. They started partying in grade 8. Like, I just wanted to be just like them, you know, cool drinkers, oh my god. Like, no, just joking. But yeah, so they were partying since grade 8. Like, they already had a full year partying, which I don't even understand, because which grade 8, like, who parties in grade 8 with a bunch of grade 12ers? I don't know. So I started hanging out with them in class, and I was like, I really want these girls to like me. They haven't asked me to go to a party with them yet. I've never been to a party. How can I like get it so I can start going to these parties with them? And so I'm like, what if I throw my own party? So I make this video with a bunch of my friends, and we tell my dad it's just gonna be a chips and pop and chips party, and we're like, Dad, like, please let me, like, it's just gonna be chips and pop, there won't be drinking, like, only 20 people is max, like, I swear to God, like, I promise you. And so finally he gives in, and he's like, you know what, fine. After like maybe 2 weeks of begging, he's like, fine, Chanel, you can throw this party next week, but you have to sell your lizard. And I was like, okay, bye Bowie Digital. I'm throwing this crazy party, and it's gonna be lit. So I go and I start telling everyone, I'm like, I'm throwing this party, here's my address, and there was my first mistake. Who gives out the party address a week early? I don't know, but I was really dumb, okay? Anyways, I'm telling everyone, everyone's getting excited. I've had like 200 people add me on Snapchat. My followers have gone up crazy. Like, I'm just pumped for this party. Not thinking about like, oh, these kids are probably bringing alcohol. Oh, these kids are probably gonna buy my house. So I'm like up on Ask FM, and I'm like, everyone like pull up. Like, if you're not invited and you're not on the guest list, you can't come in. And everyone's beefing me like, your party's gonna get shut down at 9:30. You know that. Like, no one posts the address. I'm like, it's not gonna get shut down unless you call the party because you're not invited, sweetheart. Like acting all cocky, acting like I'm some 13-year-old that's cooler than all these like 17, 16, 18-year-olds. I'm like, yeah, don't be just being dumb and, you know, just straight out dumb, okay? So anyways, I go through with it. It's the day of the party, and half the girls that I wanted to come couldn't even come, so like the party ended up being pointless. But so it was the day of the party, and me and a bunch of my friends were getting ready, we're getting dressed, we're putting on our makeup, we all showered together, which I don't know why, or like I thought it was really weird at the time, but just went with it. And I was like, damn, like I'm have some close girlfriends, like this is gonna be a fun time. So it's about 8:45 and my dad's about to leave to his hockey game, and the first group of people come, and I'm like, what the heck, the party didn't start till 10, why is people already showing up an hour and a half early? And so these people walk in my house, I have no clue who any of them are, and I'm just like, hi. Like, nice to meet you, like, who are you, why are you here? And they're like, yeah, we heard you at a party. And like, I'm actually really close to some of these people now, so it's kind of funny. But I was like, yeah. My dad's like, you don't know them, Chanel? What, you don't know them? And I'm like, yeah, Dad, I know them, like, this is Jonas, like, I just did not meet him right now. And he's like, you better know them. So he's like, this house better be under control, it better be clean, and I better like not see no crazy ass drunkers coming out of my house, okay? And I'm like, yeah, Dad, like, love you, have a fun game, like, why are you leaving me at this house alone? Like, I don't know, but bye, Dad, have a good day. So he leaves, and I'm waiting for some of my actual friends to show up, and I'm just like, okay. So 9 o'clock rolls around, and there's probably like 40 people in my house, and I probably know about maybe 12 of them, and I'm like, yeah, so this is a lot, like, I'm getting scared now, like, why did my dad leave me, like, at this huge ass house, only gonna bring 20 people, like, what is going on? So I'm sitting there freaking out, like, people are in my pantry, some kid is literally eating around my block of cheese, okay? He's not just taking, like, some bites out of it, he's eating all the way around the freaking block of cheese, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I'm like, you better throw that out, like, I don't want that back in my fridge. A week later, my dad's like, Chanel, who the ate around my block of cheese? And I'm like, sorry, Dad. But anyways, back to the story. People are throwing eggs around my house in my fireplace, all around. My friend's like, Chanel, I just got shot. And I'm like, no, you got an egg to the head. Like, no, like, why are people throwing my eggs around the house, okay? Next thing I know, my protein powder all over the ground. My milk is spilled in the protein powder, so it's like a huge bath in the freaking kitchen, and I'm like, holy crap. So I go to the other room, my gaming room, with the ping pong table and the poker table. My poker table, yeah, all the legs ripped apart, poker table to the ground, and I'm like, so my dad's really gonna murder me now. Okay, keep it in, Chanel, let's go. So I start walking around more. I go to the front door, I'm like, no, you can't come in. These kids push me out of my own house, and they lock the door. I'm locked out of my own motherfucking house. It's more like 9:20 at this time, and I'm like crying, I'm freaking out. My dad's friend shows up, he's like, I'm supposed to check on the house. So how's it going in there? Am I good to leave? And I'm like, does it look like I'm good to leave? I'm bawling outside of the house, not even in the house, and you just asked me if it's okay for you to leave? Like, what? Like, are you, obviously I'm not okay, like, they just locked me in my own house, there's probably 200 kids in this house, do you not see all the kids outside in the front lawn, do you not hear the people in the backyard, like, this is crazy, we need to get our shit together. And he's like, well, I guess we have to call the cops then, because, like, these kids aren't gonna listen to me. And I'm like, what? Like, what? Like, we're just gonna call the cops on ourselves? So I guess we did that. We called the cops. Finally I get back inside, the cops arrive, and all chaos breaks loose, okay? When I'm saying chaos breaks loose, I mean chaos broke loose, okay? Like, all the grade 9s in my party, like, cops, I'm going to jail, they're gonna arrest me, they're gonna put me in cells, oh my god. All the kids, oh, back door, all my neighbors' fence, okay? It's like dominoes, like, boom, one fence after another, boom, 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 boom. All kids, like, running through backyards, everyone's jumping fences are going down, like, down, like, the whole, my kitchen table down to the ground, my couch, everything, holes in my couches, feet marked everywhere, like, the whole house just okay? Like the whole house was like this, and then it went down, like nothing was ever there. So then I'm like, everyone is out of my house except for like 10 of my good friends at the time, and I'm like, okay, what should we do before I get screamed at and grounded for the rest of my life? So like, let's quickly clean up and go to 8th Street Dawns where we party. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. So we quickly clean up in like 5 minutes. We walk to 8th Street Dawns. My dad ends up calling me, and we go back, and I party with my 10 friends in my room. So you know what? Now, actually, I did learn a lot from that from others, but like, I don't know, I didn't really get in trouble for that, which I probably should have, because like, I don't know, I got yelled at for a long time from like other people's parents and stuff, but you know, never my dad. He just got mad for a minute and then was like, party on. And I was like, okay, Dad, we're partying on. Just joking. But yeah, I ended up getting my Oilers jerseys that were signed. They were stolen, burnt to the ground. Someone stole my GoPro and made porn on it, and then I had to pay for it back. Like, what? Like, I did not want to pay for, like, this GoPro was probably worth $70, and I paid $200 for it back so my dad wouldn't notice it was missing. And then when I bought it, the guy was like, yeah, you better delete everything on there because there's some nasty shit on there. And I'm like, I didn't watch it, by the way, I just deleted all the footage, but yeah. So anyways, I learned from that for one, I was a dumb niner who thought I was the, you know, top of the party. Wasn't. So learn from my mistakes. Don't act cooler than you are. Just act like yourself. Don't act like you know it all when you don't know it all. Number 3, don't throw parties bigger than 30 people. Number 4, go to a party before you throw a party. Then you can see how everything goes. Maybe you won't even want to throw a party because you don't want to see your house in that. And number 5, oh god, number 5. But I hope you guys like this story time. Yes, it did end up in about $20,000 with the damage almost, with my fence being down, all my poker tables being down. I'm gonna drop some pictures. I'll make more story times. I tell you that this is the least craziest one I got for you. So stay tuned, keep watching, stay shining, and I love you all.